You are cleared of all charges. The case against you has been dismissed completely. But this is not the end of your story. It's only the beginning of something much darker. The real criminal has been hiding in plain sight all along. This person who framed you is someone you trusted, someone you called a friend for years. While you suffered under false accusations, they watched from the shadows. They visited you, comforted you, all while knowing they were the guilty one. This betrayal runs deeper than you realize. And now that you're free, you're in more danger than ever before. This is not random. Your friend chose you specifically as their perfect scapegoat. The bond between you and this friend goes back many years. You shared secrets, celebrated milestones, and helped each other through hard times. Have you been feeling uneasy lately? Perhaps noticing small inconsistencies in their stories? Maybe you've had strange dreams about them or felt a sudden chill. When they entered a room, these feelings weren't just in your head. They were your inner warning system trying to alert you to the betrayal happening right before your eyes. All those times they offered to help with your case, they were actually gathering information. Each time they comforted you, they were studying your reactions. The strange discomfort you felt in their presence was your instincts trying to warn you. Your body knew what your mind couldn't accept, that your trusted friend was actually your worst enemy. What happens next will determine your entire future. This person knows you've been cleared, and they're already planning their next move against you. Every day that passes puts you at greater risk. They fear you'll discover the truth about them, and they can't allow that to happen. Since being cleared, have you noticed unusual things happening? Missing items in your home, the feeling of being watched, cars that seem to follow you for too long? These aren't coincidences. Your former friend is monitoring your every move, trying to assess how much you know. The false charges against you were just the beginning of their plan. Now that you've escaped their first trap, they're setting a more dangerous one. They've entered your home when you weren't there. They've gone through your personal belongings. They may even have placed listening devices to track what you're saying. You need to understand what's happening before it's too late. Your safety depends on seeing the complete truth. Like this video right now to activate your protective awareness and see through their deception. This friend has been living a double life for years. Their friendly face hides a person consumed by jealousy and resentment toward you. While appearing supportive, they've been carefully constructing their plan. Each seemingly innocent question was designed to gather information they could use against you. Remember those times when things went missing in your home? When rumors about you suddenly spread? When opportunities mysteriously disappeared? These weren't random bad luck. They were calculated actions by someone who knew your vulnerabilities. The questions that kept you awake during your ordeal will now be answered. The mysterious evidence that appeared against you, the witnesses who misremembered events, the timeline that somehow implicated you perfectly. As the case against you fell apart, your friend grew increasingly desperate. You may have noticed them asking more questions about the investigation, trying to find out what evidence was lacking. They selected you as their scapegoat for specific reasons. They knew your routines, your habits, and exactly how to make you appear guilty. Your trust in them was their greatest weapon. Throughout your ordeal, they gathered information about the investigation through their visits. Each time they offered support, they were actually measuring how close authorities were to discovering the truth. The relief you feel at being cleared is only temporary. They're already working on a new plan, something that will permanently remove the threat you pose now that you're free and might discover their betrayal. Time is running out. They know that eventually you'll piece together the truth. Type "protect" in the comments now to strengthen your shield against their harmful intentions. Signs of their deception have been present all along. The inconsistent stories about where they were when the incidents occurred, their unusual interest in the details of the investigation, the way they sometimes smiled when discussing your troubles. You may have noticed them arriving late to meetings, with vague explanations about their whereabouts. These weren't just poor time management. They were covering up their activities, setting the stage for your framing. Your friend often brought up the crimes in conversation, asking questions that seemed supportive but were actually fishing for information. They wanted to know exactly what the authorities knew. This person has been tracking your movements, both online and in person. They know your schedule, your habits, and your vulnerabilities. They've studied you like a predator studies its prey. You were the perfect scapegoat because of your trust in them. They knew you would never suspect them, making their deception even easier to maintain. Have you noticed them trying to isolate you from other friends, subtly undermining your other relationships? This was strategic. They wanted you to have fewer people to turn to. The evidence against you was meticulously planted. They used their knowledge of your life to create a perfect frame. They knew when you'd be away from home, when you wouldn't have an alibi, and exactly how to make everything point to you if certain pieces of evidence seemed impossible, like your fingerprints in places you never visited or witnesses who swore they saw you. It's because they carefully orchestrated each element. They came frighteningly close to succeeding. If not for one overlooked detail that unraveled their plan, you might still be facing those false charges today. For those seeking deeper protection from manipulative people in your life, you can give super thanks of $5, $10, or $20. Each level provides increasingly powerful strategies to identify and shield yourself from those who would harm you. This knowledge has saved countless people from betrayal and false accusations. The window for protecting yourself is narrowing. Type 555 to unlock complete awareness of their tactics. The time to act is running out. This person knows you've been cleared and fears you'll discover their role in framing you. Their desperation makes them more dangerous than ever before. You must remain vigilant and prepared. They're already planning their next move against you, in something designed to either discredit you permanently or worse. Pay attention to their recent behavior. Have they been asking about your future plans, offering to help you get back on your feet? These aren't genuine offers. They're attempts to gather information about your next steps. You stand at a critical decision point. You can either remain vulnerable to their manipulation or take control of the situation with the knowledge you're gaining. Have you noticed unusual cars in your neighborhood? Electronics behaving strangely? Items moved slightly from where you left them. These are signs that they're monitoring you, perhaps even entering your space when you're away. Your safety requires immediate action. Each day you remain unaware of their full plan puts you at greater risk. They won't stop until they feel secure that you can't expose them. You might experience anxiety, unusual dreams, or a persistent feeling of being watched. Trust these instincts. They're your internal alarm system warning you of the danger this person poses. The knowledge you're gaining now will transform your ability to protect yourself. Understanding their methods exposes the weakness in their plans. They've been careful to maintain their innocent appearance while working against you in the shadows. This contrast between their public face and private actions is their signature. Method. Remember, they succeeded once in turning your life upside down. They believe they can do it again if needed. Type reveal in the comments now to gain complete clarity about their hidden motives. The true motivation behind your friend's betrayal goes deeper than you realize. Their friendly exterior has been hiding years of building resentment and jealousy toward you. They've watched your achievements with growing bitterness. Your success, happiness, and relationships became painful reminders of what they felt they lacked. Instead of addressing their feelings, they channeled them into a calculated plan against you. Although the danger is real, there is a path forward. You can protect yourself now that you understand what's happening. Begin by securing your personal spaces. Change your locks, check for hidden devices, and create new passwords for all your accounts. Their intimate knowledge of your life gave them access they shouldn't have had. Pay attention to sudden appearances by this person. If they show up unexpectedly or seem to know where you'll be, this confirms they're still tracking your movements. Create safe spaces where you can retreat if needed. Identify friends and family who were never connected to this person. They can provide sanctuary when you need it most. Learn to recognize their manipulation tactics. They may try to make you doubt yourself or feel guilty for suspecting them. They might act hurt or offended by your new boundaries. These are attempts to regain control over you. Be careful with what you share online or in phone conversations. Assume they are monitoring these channels for information about your activities and awareness. Your increasing knowledge is your strongest defense. As you recognize their patterns, their power over you diminishes. They counted on your ignorance, but that advantage is now gone. For those seeking advanced protection strategies against manipulators, you can give super thanks of $5, $10, or $20. Each contribution unlocks increasingly powerful techniques used by security experts to counter surveillance and psychological manipulation. These methods have helped countless victims turn the tables on those who tried to harm them. Type SHIELD now to activate your complete protective awareness against their dangerous influence. The moment of full revelation has arrived. Your awareness is expanding beyond what this person ever thought possible. You can now see the complete picture of their deception. As you've been watching this video, connections are forming in your mind. Memories of odd comments, strange coincidences, and unexplained events are falling into place like puzzle pieces. Your friend is growing desperate as they sense their control slipping away. They may reach out more frequently, trying to assess what you know. They might even try to warn you against false friends, a classic manipulation tactic to distract you. You stand at the threshold of complete understanding. The fog of confusion they worked so hard to create is lifting, revealing the truth they tried to hide. You may notice a new mental clarity emerging. Things that didn't make sense during your ordeal now have obvious explanations. When you place your friend at the center of the events, this knowledge forms an invisible shield around you. Their tactics relied on your blindness to their true nature. Now that you can see them clearly, their power diminishes rapidly. With each passing moment, your strength against their manipulation grows. The tables have turned without them realizing it. While they think you remain vulnerable, you're actually steps ahead. You now hold the advantage. Your awareness cannot be undermined by their tactics anymore. You recognize the signs and understand the patterns. This is the turning point where you reclaim control of your life and security. What was their greatest weapon? Your trust has been neutralized. Type freedom in the comments now to complete your protective shield against their harmful intentions. You are now fully armed with awareness and protection. The friend who betrayed you no longer has the power to harm you undetected. You may feel a mix of emotions, anger at their betrayal, relief at understanding the truth, perhaps even sadness for the friendship that never truly existed. These feelings validate the magnitude of what you've discovered. The tables have completely turned. While they believe you remain vulnerable, you're actually 3 steps ahead of their plans. Your clear vision of their true nature gives you power they never anticipated you would have. You stand in a new position of strength and knowledge. What they intended to destroy you has instead made you more powerful than they can imagine. Type secured right now to permanently seal your protection against all future betrayals.